In today's news video, we cover British Apaches armed with Hellfire missiles, the game changer in Ukraine's fight against Russian invaders. Over 600 more Russian soldiers killed and 10 armored vehicles destroyed. Ukraine's defenseless, armed forces lack capability to shoot down Russian missiles that hit residential building in Dnipro. UK sending tanks to Ukraine as Russia mounts yet another massive missile blitz. Enjoy watching and don't forget to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on important news. Britain will send attack helicopters armed with deadly Hellfire missiles to Ukraine in a move hailed as a game changer. The Apache choppers will bolster the country's desperate fight against Russian invaders, now entering its 11th month. The new package of support, to include tanks, was confirmed yesterday by Prime Minister Rishi Sunak. A senior defense source told the Sunday People that up to 4 Apaches will be sent, and they will follow 10 Challenger 2 main battle tanks. Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has begged the West to supply tanks and aircraft for months. The insider said, the Apache will be a major game changer. The tanks will arrive first, and it will take a while before helicopters can be deployed. Other NATO members will now follow suit. Russia has thousands of tanks, so it will take more than 4 Apaches to have a strategic impact. But tactically, it is a major step. We are sending the Apache AH-64E, the most modern version, which can take out multiple targets in seconds. Each Apache can be armed with up to 16 anti-tank Hellfires, 76 Hydra 70mm rockets, and a 30mm chain gun. This means 4 Apaches could wipe out an entire regiment of 70 tanks within moments. Powered by a Rolls-Royce engine, they have a top speed of 186 miles per hour and can detect more than 250 potential targets at once up to 10 miles away. Each aircraft costs around £70 million and requires 2 pilots and a team of technicians to keep it airworthy. The Apaches being sent to Ukraine will be similar to those flown by Prince Harry in Afghanistan. The Army Air Corps is being re-equipped with the 64E and should have 50 by next year. It is understood that Ukrainian pilots will be trained in the UK and a maintenance base will be established in a neighboring country, such as Poland. The Challenger 2 is one of the world's best tanks and saw action in the Iraq War. It can destroy any Russian tank, and its secret Chobham armor is designed to withstand most anti-tank weapons. A government spokesman said, "We are accelerating our support to Ukraine with the kind of next-generation military technology that will win this war." Ukraine's armed forces have killed another 630 Russian soldiers and destroyed 10 armored combat vehicles in 24 hours, as reported by the General Staff. One Russian battalion has only 30 soldiers and 10 tanks left, General Staff. One of the tank battalions of the occupiers' 26th Tank Regiment has only 10 T-80BV tanks and 30 soldiers left. Source: General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. Quote, according to the information available, one of the tank battalions of the 26th Tank Regiment belonging to the occupiers that is taking part in combat actions on the Kupiansk front has only 10 T-80BV tanks left as of January 12th. The rest have either been destroyed or disabled. As for manpower, the battalion has about 30 soldiers left. The Ukrainian armed forces have no weapons capable of shooting down the type of missiles that the Russians launched on January 14th, one of which hit a multi-story residential building in Dnipro. Source: Mykola Olszczuk, commander of the Ukrainian Air Force. Quote, on January 14, 2023, 5 Kh-22 cruise missiles were launched from 5 Tu-23 long-range bombers belonging to the Russian Air Force over Ukraine. The launches were carried out from Kursk Oblast in Russia and the Sea of Azov. One of the Kh-22 rockets was launched from Kursk Oblast around 1530. On January 14, 2023, it hit a multi-story residential building in the city of Dnipro on Naberezhno-Paramohi Street. Radar detected the approximate launch site, altitude, and flight speed. There is no doubt that it was an Kh-22 missile. The armed forces of Ukraine have no weapons capable of shooting down this type of missile. Since the beginning of Russia's military aggression, more than 210 missiles of this type have been fired over the territory of Ukraine. None of them have been shot down by anti-aircraft defense systems. Details: Olszczuk has added that the weight of the Kh-22 warhead is about 950 kilograms. The maximum range is up to 600 kilometers. When used from long distances, deviation from the target can be hundreds of meters. Only anti-aircraft missile systems, which in the future may be provided to Ukraine by Western partners, we are talking about systems such as Patriot PAC-3 or SAMP-T, are capable of intercepting these aerial targets, the commander of the Ukrainian Air Force noted. Background: earlier, Alexei Arestovich, advisor to the head of the Office of the President of Ukraine, said that the Ukrainian anti-aircraft defense system had shot down a Russian Kh-22 missile, which fell on a house in Dnipro. Russian propagandists immediately began to spread Arestovich's words. Reminder: the authorities of the city of Dnipro announced 3 days of mourning for those killed in the Russian missile strike in the city of Dnipro. The UK has become the first Western power to supply Ukraine with modern tanks as Prime Minister Rishi Sunak vowed to intensify his country's support on the battlefield. Mr. Sunak offered Britain's Challenger 2 tanks, which reportedly outmatch any Russian versions, and Ukraine's Volodymyr Zelensky said he hoped more countries would follow. President Zelensky said the major move would not only strengthen us on the battlefield, but also send the right signal to other partners. The ramping up of support comes as Russia pummeled Ukraine in a series of shocking sneak attacks, using ballistic missiles that evaded detection. Ukraine citizens did not get the usual air raid siren warnings as the hypersonic weapons smashed a number of cities. In one deadly surprise hit, a 9-story residential apartment block was demolished in the city of Dnipro, killing at least 5 people. 15 people were rescued after being buried when the tower was reduced to rubble, with smoking billowing into the sky. At least 27 people, including 6 children, were also wounded in the attack, with more people still trapped under the rubble, the regional governor said. Pictures showed firefighters putting out a blaze around the carcasses of some cars. A broad chunk of the apartment block was missing. The exterior of the rest of the building was badly damaged. Air Force spokesperson Yuri Inet said Russia's missiles had likely been fired along a high, looping ballistic trajectory from the north, which would explain why the air raid siren did not sound. The attack on Saturday came hours after a smaller-scale missile attack hit critical infrastructure in Kyiv and the eastern city of Kharkiv.